All right, Panther fans. So we're a little bit late, but better late than never. Um, we'll talk about why we didn't get something out earlier yesterday. There's Stu with a victory cigar, so we're good to go. All right, so the Panthers 6-2 over the Flames. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about the games that we got coming up. Um, Stu, is this it now? It basically just no matter who we put on the ice, we're gonna get 5, 6, 9 goals a night, and just I we've never seen anything like this in the Panthers. That's for sure. In terms
There
of
was some years we were struggling to get 1 or 2 goals a game.
yeah.
It's incredible. I saw something on Twitter yesterday that said, we're the most exciting sports team to watch.
Right.
Sports team, meaning football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever.
Yep.
But you gotta love it, and said it 1,000 times. The magic number is 4 goals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You get Bobrovsky 4 goals, and he's gonna come through. I mean, the start of the game, even though we got the first goal, we gave up another breakaway, and I think Ekblad and Uyghur were on the ice.
Yeah. That was Boudreau splitting them.
Yep. So Bob got beat on that, and then obviously he got beat on the Coleman goal. But after that, he shut the door. I mean, the Coleman goal was fluky thing.
Yeah, the Coleman goal was just like the one that Spencer Knight gave up on the opposite side, where it looks like there's no room. And I mean, it's just a miracle shots. You're just throwing it up there to see what happens. There's 6 inches of space, and somehow it finds its way in. But the thing,
we've gotten a couple. Remember the Huberdeau goal. So
yeah.
But what's nice is that after that, nothing.
And that's what he's been doing, is shutting the door. Where in years past, the 2 years he was with us before, when he gave up one of those fluky ones, 30 seconds later, another one be in the back of the net with a bad goal. And that was what was killing us. And now, he's given up 1 or 2 and then just shutting the door the rest of the way.
Yeah, 1 or 2 goals, we can absorb that when we're scoring 4 and 5 and 6.
Right.
I don't know what it is, it's just, but it's great that, I think, with 21 games, 21 home games, and what did they say? 17 of them we scored 4 or more goals. Yeah,
it's some ridiculous.
But there's the goal differential is 33. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I mean, the fans, I don't know if you're a fan of the wave, but just what if the fans are interactive like that, I don't care what they do. You know what I mean? We've had so many years we wouldn't have had enough people in there to even do a half a wave. So
yeah,
there's enough people in the. Go ahead.
It's tough to pack the house. It's 20,000 seats.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing, we're getting 84, 85%.
Yeah.
And the games that I've been to, the crowd is loud.
Yeah. No, and they're having fun.
They're having fun.
Right.
It's a lot of fun to to watch what's going on, and that fourth line continues to do its thing. And you said it. We have the best fourth line in hockey.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. That's a really nice combo that they should not mess with.
No, absolutely not.
If he sits, Lumberg one more game, I'm gonna pull my hair out.
Pull your beard out, right? My beard's gonna go completely white. I mean, you know what I mean? Like every time Ryan Lumberg sits, I wake up and there's another white stripe in my beard.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. But Luosterainen continues to impress.
Yeah. And then Hornquist is because he's playing, he's only getting maybe about 10 minutes a night. I haven't looked, but you assume, at most he's getting 10, 12 minutes a night. His energy level when he's out there on the ice, he's matching, Lomberg and Luosterainen, and it's infectious. Because you see Huberdeau now. Please, whatever we have to do to keep Huberdeau playing like this, because this is what we've seen in flashes. And it seems like as his career has gone on, we've seen more and more of this and less of the lulls. So when he gets into that lull, it's more, more apparent. It's more obvious.
12 different Panthers were on the score sheet the other night.
Jeez.
And Barkov had 0 points. Crazy.
Right.
Crazy. Did you know who they credited that goal to? Was it Duclair or Forsling?
No, originally it was Forsling. Then they took it away and gave it to Duclair. That's the last I heard on the broadcast. I didn't see the puck hit his stick.
I didn't either.
I didn't see it. So but after the period, they literally, somebody in the statistician's office took it away from Forsling and gave it to Duke. So maybe it hit his sleeve or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's got 13 goals now.
Yeah. No, and and then look at the contract we signed him to, and it's a nice basement. It's a nice bargain basement contract compared to.
No, it's great. It's great. Yeah. Hey, listen, he's happy.
Yeah.
With him, I think it's more than the money.
Right. Now, one thing you and I don't want to interrupt, but I don't want to forget, and I'm just remembering it now. One thing you and I didn't talk about was the Bennett suspension. I know I talked about it, but you haven't had a chance to chime in.
Well, it's unfortunate that it happened. It happened. These things happen at such high speed.
Right.
Unless it's, I don't think there was any intention. The guy dropped his head looking for the puck.
Right.
And let's face it, he made contact with the head.
Yeah.
Whether it should have been 3 games, no. It couldn't have been 1.
Right.
But it should have been 2.
Right.
And that's it. But obviously, and yeah, we were out. Both Sams were out. Reinhardt was out with COVID. So,
right. Well, the third game, really, that's a kick in the nuts because that's the Canes on Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's extra.
Guys are stepping up. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I would like to see the stats on what that fourth line, what the fourth line is doing as far as goals and assists and plus.
Well,
minus.
they had half the goals the other night because Hornquist had the 2, and then
Lombard had the other.
Yeah.
That Lombard shot, and the NHL Network called it. If you look at the replay, which they played 2 or 3 times in slow motion, he was going top shelf, and he fanned on it.
Oh,
you could even see his stick flexing.
Is that right?
And that's why Markstrom didn't make the save, because he was looking for a high one.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, poor Markstrom. Markstrom and Calgary were moving along just fine until they ran into us. And then you saw, Suter's comments after the game. He just said, that's a totally different level of team. That's a totally different level of team. And
speaking of which,
go ahead.
Do you remember the video we did with Billy? Like one of the first ones where Billy was talking about how important it is for a Stanley Cup winning team to have the players all bought in and that they play for each other.
Right.
So Lombard, if you saw it, Lombard's post-game interview, which the NHL Network played as well, he talked about that we play for each other, and we're more happy when the other guy, does something.
Right.
And you could see, I mean, obviously winning is infectious, and winning, you have fun out there.
Yeah.
We got to remember, even though it's a business and, they're still kids.
They're still kids just playing a game. Right.
That's it.
Right.
So,
yeah, no, absolutely. And
just have to continue. I mean, Calgary's a good team.
No, Calgary's got, I believe before us, they were I know they had the fewest goals against allowed in the Western Conference. I didn't look at
They had the
Eastern
best road record.
Conference. And right. So there you go.
And I know they were in the towards the top in the power play and in the PK. Listen,
Right.
Daryl Sutter gave us props
Yeah.
and said we are a team,
Built for
a
the playoffs.
different kind of team, I
Yeah.
think is what he said. And our team is built for the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
We have so much confidence now. It's just, it's a great thing to see. We were down in that game.
Yeah. I know.
Another comeback. I mean, as soon as we took charge of that game, lights out.
Yeah. No,
So-
teams are going to stop. Teams are going to start learning that not to poke the bear, right? So how you play the Panthers is just try to keep it 1-1 to not piss us off to where we got to get 3 goals really quick and then try to win it at the end because while we're still asleep. Because
you know what it is? It's our speed.
Yeah, it's just
And again,
relentless.
that wave after wave.
Right. And,
Every line comes out there.
right.
And like I said,
And a lot of the stuff that's, a lot of the stuff we saw at the very beginning with Burnett, like the bad line changes and stuff, that got fixed. That we haven't seen that in a couple of weeks, certainly since like you said, since the restart. So, and then the power play. It doesn't look like they've really changed a whole lot other than they're just moving that puck a little bit quicker and moving their feet a little bit more. I mean, the setup is still the same, the players are still the same, but they seem to be a little bit more
Duclair's
active.
out there now.
Right.
So I'd still like to see Uyghur and Ekblad split up, and Forsling and Ekblad and Uyghur and Gudis.
Right.
It just, again, it was obviously the Goudreau goal, but there was another instance where they got caught at the offensive blue line, and
Right.
they can't let that happen, especially in the playoffs.
No. And well, look, we don't know, like you wanted to talk about some of the trade rumors. We don't know if that's going to be the top 4 anyway, going into the playoffs.
Correct. Yeah. So let's talk about that. So obviously, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos where they say the source of the rumors is Pierre LeBrun, who's, you got him, Darren Drieger, Elliot Friedman, those guys are on the pulse of what's going on as far as trades.
Right.
And the video I watched last night was talking about what is Montreal going to get in return. And they were focusing on draft picks, not so much players. And they said that, and if I can find it, I'll send you the link. Oh, I might have sent you the link last night, where she talked that the Panthers already have Sherratt on their March 21st, which is the deadline, roster.
Really?
No, we don't have a first round pick or a second round pick this year.
Jeez.
The first one went in the Reinhardt deal.
Right.
And I forget what she said, if maybe it was the Strawman. I don't know.
Yeah. No, wait, didn't we give up 2 2s for Bennett? So maybe that's the second 2.
Yeah.
That's probably
so we do have a first round pick next year, but no mention of Tippett, Vetrano. They were mentioning Denisenko. And
well, where the hell are we going to get the cap space for him if we don't clear out a player at least?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
It's a 3.5 cap hit. Now, obviously, he's a UFA at the end of the year. Right. What are we going to do then? Our top priority is getting Huberdeau under contract.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to see some guys dropped off the roster.
Right. Well, yeah.
I don't expect Joe Thornton to be there next year. I just, but he's only what, 800, 900,000.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he was more than a year type of thing.
I mean, he's on the team right now to hoist the cup, and
Right.
hopefully, you know, we do that for him. He takes a spin around, around the ice and rides off into the
Right.
sunset.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. I'm sure he is
No,
too.
but I don't see a place for Achari.
Right.
And not going to say definitely, but obviously I have a strong feeling that, Tippett is going to be gone before the end of the year.
Let me look at Nola Chari's.
Not sure about Vetrano.
I'm gonna look at Nola Chari's contract. I must have already looked it up because there it is.
But they were talking about us giving up Datasenko or Heponiemi.
Yeah,
and that would be a mistake.
Achari's cap hit is only 1.6.
Okay.
So I mean that's a little bit of money as a throw-in.
What's Tippett?
Tippett's like 800,000. So now you're at almost 2.5.
Okay, Carlson.
Let me see. Let me look.
Because we talked about having a defenseman go back to Montreal.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's another thing.
See, now everybody's focused in on this one player. Obviously, when we bring up Chikrin's name, now we're talking about a lot more money.
Right. All right. Let's see here. Right now, well, this doesn't look like it's an updated because the LTR space used is 572,000. But that doesn't make any sense because I thought Notavara had a cap hit higher than that. So let's see here.
Is he still on the team?
I think Notavara is on LTIR. So Vetrano is a 2.5, is 2.5. Let's see here. Tippett is 863.
What's Oli 0.2? I mean 2.0.
Yeah, Julevi is 750,000. Same thing with Carlson.
That's like, it's not, that's really not. It's nothing. I mean, you add them all together, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to give up,
what are we going to do? Give them 3 players?
Right. And then I'm looking at the LTIR here.
Hopefully they'll take Tippett and a 4th round pick. Or we have all our picks next year, so maybe a second, next year. But again, what happens in the summer when we have to re-sign this guy? The fact that we're probably a top 3 team that everybody wants to go to now,
right,
is going to make it easier for him to decide to stay. But again, can we afford him? Well, $3.5 million, I think we can afford him. Chikrin, we can. I mean, I have to be realistic. As much as I, sentimentally want him, I think he's, a better player. This kid's young and just getting started.
Right. Well, and that, to your question about what are we going to do, to me, I believe that is why they are giving Owen Tippett million chances after million chances, because we need good, cheap, young wingers on the roster for the next few years. And so they're like, come on, it's almost like, they just keep throwing, he's not hurting us. So they're just hoping that something will come around, because it's either that or you're going to start thinking about Denisenko or Heponiemi in that spot. You know what I mean? He can't, it's like some players can't get on the ice. He can't get off the ice. Every time he's going to be off the ice, somebody gets sick or hurt and he's back. And I've never seen a guy get so many opportunities and not, I mean, like Vetrano started scoring, right? They scratched Lombard for a game. He said, screw you, I'm going to get a goal. And poor Tippett he just keeps getting opportunity after the opportunity and he's just not doing anything with it.
Tippett seems to fall down every time. He hits somebody or goes in the corner. I never seen a guy, off his skates more than this kid.
Right, which is weird because he did work on his size and strength. But anyway, all right. So we've got I guess,
We got Dallas tonight.
right, and Knight is on COVID, so I guess Johansson's the backup.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's why we're carrying 3 goalies now. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact that they brought the taxi squad back is a good thing for us.
Yeah, they really should have just not. As soon as Carolina, those couple, last month, whenever it was, as soon as Carolina started having those problems, because they were the first team to have to, deal with this, they should have just brought it back. It's no skin off the freaking league's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's better for the teams, and you've got, like we had to play a game. Tampa's played games, Carolina's played games. I'm sure other teams have played games. I think it was Islanders too, where that they should have not had to play.
Well, the fact that we had to play LA and we lost those 2 points, I'm going to say it's big because every 2 points is big, but we never should have been forced to play that game. The fact that we're not going to the Olympics for a couple of weeks,
right?
The only problem is moving things around with the venue. And I know with our arena, if there's a concert and it conflicts with a Panther game, the Panther game takes precedent.
Right,
So,
right.
So
Right.
I would say, if there's games that need to be made up, they're going to use that. And I'm sure they were thinking that when they said, we're not letting you guys go to China.
Right.
That they use those 2 weeks to make up games.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So,
It'll be interesting to see what they can do with the schedule that way. And then, so we've got, we got Dallas, and then we got the Canes game on Saturday, which is a huge game. And it's a shame we're not gonna have Bennett, because we're, that's when we're gonna need, that's gonna be a rough, tough game, because you basically got five, I mean, the top 5-6 teams are all within, shooting distance of getting that top seed for the conference. And now my phone is ringing. Hold on. It's my brother.
well, text him back that.
I'm just getting it to I got this new phone.
Hopefully we get Reinhardt back.
Yeah, I haven't.
That would be I don't know how many days he's been out. So maybe it would be 3, maybe 4 days that that he's been out. So with this variant, I think the recovery time is a lot faster than
yeah. And it seems that way anyway. Although that Vasilevsky, he was out for a while. I know Tampa, both their goalies, they played a number of games.
In the meantime, Tampa keeps winning.
Yeah.
So, listen, we're still, we're not even like deep into the season. So I'm not gonna stress about it.
No, it's gonna be a dogfight, and we still have the one more game against Tampa, and we got this little road trip, and we've got a few games at home, and then coming up here not too long from now is the league.
Yeah, so we got Dallas and Carolina,
me.
And then we come back on Tuesday for Vancouver.
Right.
Then we got a couple of days off. Friday we play Dallas, and then Saturday we do Columbus, and then we do the West Coast, the Canada, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Seattle, Winnipeg. Right. That's going to be big. Listen, we've already played 21 games at home. Right. That's half our home games.
Yep.
Our schedule, the second half is top heavy with away games. So that's going to be the big test.
Yep. And
these two games are, you would think that we would beat Dallas. Saturday is going to be a big test. But right now, the team's flying high.
Yep.
All they got to do is just come out like gangbusters. We can't afford to have 10 minutes where they're sleeping. Right, and then, we're down 2-0, and then we got to wake up and make up the goals.
Right, because then we only win 7-3 instead of 6-2, and it's a real pain in the ass.
Listen, the defense, and again, I point to Uyghur and Ekblad, the defense has to tighten up, man.
Well, you know, I on one hand I agree with you, and then on the other hand I'm watching, you know, the game the other night, and when I wasn't. Some people thought I was saying the defense was playing bad. It wasn't that they were playing bad. It's just nobody was playing defense. It's like when they were doing the shift, they were just going into the zone. They were like, the hell, Bobrovsky, you're on your own back there. I mean, it was just all 5 guys in the zone all night. It was no defense.
Everybody wants to get on the
Yeah.
scoring bandwagon.
Yeah.
The thing is, we have, you know, every defenseman that we have can put the puck in the net.
Right,
you know?
right. So, yeah, I mean, I know that, you know, adding a piece would make us just ridiculously, you know, that much better. But if we don't, I'm good with who we got. You
So
know,
anyway, we were late a day because we were
Yeah.
supposed to have Randy on with us last night, but
last night,
at the last minute, he said he couldn't make it. So we're supposed to have him tomorrow at 5:00.
right?
So Eric's going to we're going to try something new here. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but we're thinking maybe of doing a live stream where you guys could, you know, put some questions out there to Randy, or comments or whatever. So we'll see how it goes. Not saying it's going to happen, but
Yeah, if it doesn't happen this time, it'll definitely happen the next time.
yeah, but Randy's agreed to come on, and I guess we're going to do. It's not a mid-season review, but pretty much
Right.
just a
Yeah, close to it.
kind of overview, and obviously we'll be able to talk about tonight's game.
Right.
So that's
All
all I
right.
got, bud.
All right, bud. Same here. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. And we got hockey tonight. Usually I say we'll be back tomorrow, but I'll be back tonight. The live stream is 1 hour before the game. So the game starts at 8:30. So that's a 7:30 live stream. And then Stu and I'll be back tomorrow morning. And then we'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, hit that notification bell, so you know when we're doing these things. And obviously, you know, like if you like the video. I'm having trouble. I don't know why, but I can't post answers to questions and whatnot.
Right,
So
right.
if I see them directed at me, I'll ask Eric to answer for me.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta get you on a password. We gotta get you fixed up. All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a good day, all.